go. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Fred here. I just thought I'd take this little opportunity to tell you a little story. I'm on my way kayaking right now, and I want to give you a little bit of a backstory about how this opportunity came to me, because it's kind of funny. So I was down by the lake recently, and I caught myself feeling sorry for myself because it's summer and everyone's out riding bikes and, you know, doing able-bodied things, and I'm feeling a little bit more of a minority, and everyone's, you know, doing able-bodied stuff. And I was like, oh man, I feel like I've been dealt a bit of a shit hand. And then when I heard myself say that, I actually defended myself and saying, like, look around, man, like, don't be such an idiot. Like, you live in a beautiful place, you're down by a lake which has just been sort of like resurfaced so I can push around with my freewheel, like getting exercise with Luna. I was like, this is in no way. I started, you know, having those feelings about getting down about my disability. And then I saw the woman, this woman in the car park. I recognized her very vaguely. That's where I recognize you. You're the rafting lady, of course you are. And she was like, yeah, well, I just thought, would you like to go kayaking? And I was like, of course I'd love to go kayaking. What a very kind and generous offer of you. That's where I'm going right now. I'm not nervous at all. I'm very excited. The reason I'm not nervous like I was at the Handy Sport event is because, number one, Nat is English, Jeremy is French, but he speaks perfect English. So I don't have to like contest with the language here. I'm just going out on a kayaking adventure, which doesn't scare me in the slightest. Maybe I should, maybe I'll come back and be like, fucking hell, that was terrifying. Just excited. I'm just gonna do a catheter, and then it's just around the corner, and I'll be on the river, baby! Waving my catheter at you like a bloody magic wand. Bag of wood. I've just arrived, and these guys are so lovely. They're so considerate and awesome. They've got a big tandem kayak for me, and I'm gonna go in the front. I can't wait. I'm gonna put my wetsuit on. So this wetsuit is different to the other wetsuit that I had, and it doesn't have like a zip up the front, so I think I'm gonna film it anyway. Arms are muscly. We're in, boys. Now for the booties. And we're in. The time says 5.5 minutes, plus I did a bit of yapping, so I think we're good. Oh yeah. I'm in there. I'm fucking in there, boys. Get in there.
Structure to the mind cutter, we define for the line while we earn our bread and butter. Stuck in the rhythm of inhibition, just listen to the tales that they spin to distract your intuitions. Calendar grind, searching you'll find morals refined, souls haven't touched are forever entwined. We feed the fire with the fuel we find. Precious flames need to breathe before the light can shine.
So I just finished kayaking and it was amazing. I loved it. Two of the loveliest, kindest people just took me out on the river, you know, took lots of pictures, and it was just so wonderful, and all for free, just because they're just lovely people. There are lots of benefits from being in a wheelchair. There's a lot of secondary complications and things that aren't too great, but there are also some pretty good benefits and privileges, especially like living around here, where people are super kind and lovely. I'm just really stoked. I could definitely do this, man. I could be a kayaker. But then I realized that it's like giving me like a false sense of confidence, the thrill of like, way, this is amazing, I'm so good at this. Where actually I'm just sort of being guided from the rear, and it was just awesome, man. I loved it. It was such a random act of kindness out of the blue. The amount of effort they went to, you know, they're like, oh, it's just lovely to be on the river, isn't it lovely? Like, we don't have any bookings, let's just go. Aren't you? Pooped. Just been playing fetch. So the day after, and my body is aching so much. I felt it last night. As soon as I got home, I was like, oh man, it even hurts just to like pinch there, like the trapezius muscles, where I was like rowing. I had no idea, and like my abs, like all my whole core was really quite violent. I didn't really realize until afterwards, like, boom, 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 like rowing. Like, it was really fun, but my body is in pieces today. My legs have been really spazzy too. You know, it is what it is, man. It was so much fun. And what I'm gonna do to say thank you to Nat and Jeremy is I want to make them a cake. And I might even run through my favourite chocolate brownie recipe with you because it's super duper easy and proper banging. Some eggs from the trusty tray. We will need 200 grams of dark chocolate. Bosh, no need to weigh that. 100 grams each. Whoa. Sugar. Oops, I did it again. 200 of butter. Get in there, mate. 195. Not my first rodeo, this. Break the chocolate into the butter. Wash it in the microwave. Vanilla essence. Give it a stir. Oh, yes. Slutty. 200 of sugar. The recipe usually calls for like maybe 275, 300 of sugar, but you know, as a wheelchair user, I like to use 2/3 of the sugar because, you know, why not? 1, 2, 3 oofs. Whisk. Till creamy. I want about 90 grams of flour, but I've used corn flour because I don't know if they're gluten-free or not, but better be safe than sorry. A couple of tablespoons of cacao powder. Got the eggs in there. Lovely. What does that remind you of? Get your mind out of the gutter, you. Spilled chocolate on my shirt. Wanker. Now get the chocolate in there. Oh, yes. If your bowel program looks like that, then you're having a bad day. Naughty. Top tip, when you're lining your pan, scrunch it up, unravel it again. Then, goes in nice and easy. You don't get those pesky bits that stick up everywhere. Oh, would you look at that? Get in there, you saucy minx. Oh, you like the look of that, don't you? You can't have any. That's gonna be so good. Pop it in the oven. Pop it in at 200 to crisp up the top. Then drop it down to 165. 15 minutes. Bob's your uncle, or as they say in France, Robert est le frère de ton père. Beautiful language, like poetry.
15 minutes later.
You see, when you get out of the oven, it's always got to have a bit of a wobble. If it doesn't wobble, you've overcooked it, mate. It's not a cake, it's a brownie, you know what I mean? The magic happens when it sets. And then, then it's fudgy and delightful and amazing and perfect. And that is how you make a brownie. Check this out, right? I'm such a jammy dodger. My body's in pieces. I'm like, ah. And then I get a text message from my physio last night saying, I've got a cancellation tomorrow at 12:40. Do you want to come in? So I got like a good little leg stretch. And then I said, oh, look, my back's in pieces. I went kayaking yesterday. She was like, go on then. On your front, having a nice little massage. I was like, oh yeah, just there, mate, just there. Oh, that's a good one. That was so good. I got a jammy little massage in. Just some light stuff at the gym just to get myself moving. I feel a lot better. But I sacked off wheelchair basketball just because it's quite a long drive to Annecy. Just didn't feel like I could give it 100% today. I've been going there every Tuesday since the Handy Sport event, and it's really cool. Having some really fun times, like boosting around the lake, playing wheelchair basketball, going kayaking, and things are great. So
Here it is. Oh, yeah.
let's have a look at this bad boy, see how it's turned out. Oh yes, satisfying. Tried to look cool, failed. Oh, that's some good brownie. Plate of brownies to give away. Offcuts for me and Lou. That's plenty, mate. They're gonna love that. Best thing about making brownies is I get to give them away to like people like Martine.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Extra one for you. Nat and Jeremy love giving away the brownie. People bloody love it, and that means I don't eat it all and get really fat. Plus I ate quite a lot when I was portioning it out. One for you, one for me. You.
Oh my God,
box
so
of cakes.
exciting. Thank you. Oh, bless you, that's lovely.
So that was my kayaking vlog. And I know there wasn't that much kayaking in there, and there was a bit of random brownie making in there, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't want to end the vlog on a downer, but I just wanted to give you a contrast of, you know, I was saying earlier on where there were benefits of being in a wheelchair and then obviously the secondary complications. Well, I'm actually suffering a little bit today from a secondary complication, which I don't know, it kind of ruined my day today because Lou and I had planned on going kayaking in our little blow-up kayak, which we've had lots of fun on before in the lake with Luna, and it's been super fun. It's such a wonderful, beautiful day, wonderful sunny day to do it. But unfortunately, I had some issues with like a catheter, an ongoing issue. I don't really want to go into too much detail, but basically I couldn't get the catheter in. It was like blocking, and there was some bleeding, and well, basically I'm bleeding from the dick and my legs are really spazzy, and I'm just feeling quite emotionally and physically quite drained and low. I don't know if it's some sort of infection or anything. I have a doctor's appointment later, so anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you, not for the fact of just simply oversharing, but just being like, yeah, the contrast of like, yay, being in a wheelchair and like living here is awesome. And it really is. God, I'm so grateful for it all the time. I love it. But I just wanted you to know that, yeah, there are some secondary complications sometimes that really like blindside you, you know what I mean? You just don't see it coming, and then all of a sudden you're bleeding from the dick and you're like, oh, great, brilliant. I should probably go to the doctor about that. And then I'm sorry if that's left you on a downer, but I also want to leave you feeling nourished. So I will leave you with this short anecdote of something that happened to me in the supermarket, which I think you'll find fairly entertaining. But anyway, peace and love you lots, and see you in the next video. Pow! So I've just come out of the supermarket, right, and something really funny happened. There's me with my fruit and veg, listening to a podcast about science, and this guy basically dressed the same as me and 20 years younger. Bottle of Jaeger, packet of condoms. It's just like shamelessly like, yeah, that's my Tuesday night sorted.